VKC. Yeah, turning right into Nicholas Street.
Keep up the sit reps. Mount Thomas 208. Traffic conditions.
Yeah, traffic conditions are light. Oh, keep it steady, Jack. Heading north in Talbot Avenue. We just passed one way.
What's your current speed, 208?
Around about 80 k's.
Receive that, 208.
It's easy. He's really gunning it. All right, Jack, just breathe easy. You're doing good, mate. Just stick with him.
Ladies, if you could just stand back, please. Just move back.
One of the offenders is armed, has a pistol.
I think it was a Colt, a 45. Dennis might know.
Suspect's increasing speed. His driving is becoming dangerous.
Mount Thomas
Jack, don't take
208.
any risks, mate.
Terminate the
Don't
pursuit.
take
Now
any
you
risks.
tell me.
Terminate the pursuit.
We can talk about that later, okay? Just
Be my
calm down for the moment.
It's
all right.
I just sounded a bit older.
You can just breathe into this for us. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and slow.
Mount Thomas 208 to VKC. No, there's nothing here. It looks like we've lost them.
Got it, got it.
Jack, wait. Mount Thomas 208 to VKC. We've spotted the suspect vehicle again. We're currently in Sarsfield Road heading west. Request permission to resume pursuit. Jack, we don't have permission. Stop. It's a stop sign, mate. Wait. There they go.
VKC to Mount Thomas 208.
Mount Thomas 208 to VKC. The suspects are pulling over. They're splitting up. One of them's in the Ford, the other one's on foot, requesting permission to resume the pursuit.
I'll take the
Okay,
Falcon,
Mount
go on
Thomas
foot, you chase
No,
the
mate,
spy.
we're going to have to stick
Davis
together. We don't know which one of them's
Search
armed.
for the suspect that is decamped on foot.
Oh, toss if who drives back. $30,000 exactly, delivered every Monday, eh?
Oh, nice little earner.
Yeah,
What inside job you reckon?
has to be.
Yeah.
Always Mondays, but they change the schedule every week, different route, different times, but the offenders knew exactly when the van was going to be here.
Now, did the manager say who knows the schedule?
Well, he says only him. He says he keeps it on the filing cabinet in his office. But, you know, the staff walk in whenever they want.
And they're all his mates and he trusts them with his life, eh?
Exactly.
Okay, we'll check him out.
Yeah.
Pretty much out for the count.
I'm keeping him in overnight. You can talk to him in the morning.
Right, well, we will need to talk to him now.
PJ.
Came on a bit sudden, don't you think?
Yes, I know, Mrs. Mullinger. It's always very worrying, but, well, your husband wasn't injured, was he? Well, I beg to differ. I'm sure they weren't taking any unnecessary risks. You better not have been. Yes, Mrs. Mullinger. I know. Okay, thanks for the call. Bye-bye.
What was that about us, boss?
That's the second time she's called, and there've been half a dozen calls from other concerned citizens. So Jack Brabham here wasn't doing anything stupid?
No, boss, he was fine. He was good.
Yeah.
So what did you do to Mrs. Mullinger's husband?
The old bloke?
Oh, that was his fault, boss. He went straight through a giveaway sign. He's okay. He's just a bit
You're
shaky.
right. You better get your story straight because Falcon Prices are going to put you both through the mill.
No, don't worry about it, mate. You'll be fine. You did everything by the book.
Off you go.
Who's Jack Brabham?
He's a racing car driver.
Mount Thomas Police.
Oh, you mean
Sergeant
Jacques
Floyd
Villeneuve.
Now, we need to get a list. Get onto Vic Roads. Get a list of all the white 98 Falcon station wagons they've got registered in this area and check any stolen motor vehicles too. PJ, have you got the description of those fellas?
Yes, what do I have? I have two blokes. I have mid-30s, jeans, T-shirts, both wearing ski masks. One was my height, one a bit taller.
And I doubt we'd get any joy from a lineup. Oh, I don't know, I always thought that lineups were pretty useful myself. Maggie! You're back. I thought they would have moved you interstate. No, it wasn't for witness. It was just a safe house, just in case Barry Farrell. God. Yeah, I know.
Welcome back.
Oh, yes.
You didn't miss us then?
Oh, you kidding?
G'day.
No.
Thought you'd be away for months.
Well, it feels like it was. Mind you, I can tell you all what's going on in the daytime soaps if you're interested.
Oh, no, thanks. I'll pass.
Cat dragged in. This is an unexpected pleasure. Well, more of a big surprise, really.
Oh, they rescinded Farrell's bail for intimidating a witness, so here I am.
Oh, good. Good to see you.
You too.
Don't we have an armed robbery to investigate?
Yeah.
Are you on duty, Doyle?
Yes, I am.
Well, I think you'll find your uniform in a dry cleaner's bag in your locker.
Thank you.
Hi.
PJ, I got that list of supermarket employees. Now there's 5 of them, not counting the manager, who have access to his office.
Me to get started on?
And now I'm booking a table for dinner.
Oh, I don't think.
No, you can't get out of this one, Maggie.
It's my first day back.
Exactly. So I think we should meet at the pub beforehand.
Right, well, when you finish organising Maggie's social schedule, Dash, can you just check out and see if anybody's got a history? Thank you.
I'll give her a hand.
Okay.
We've got a candidate. A Joe Cameron. He's got a conviction for receiving.
Right. Well, it's pretty old.
Yeah, he's 34 though. It's the right age bracket.
Yeah, we'll check him out and find out where he used to work, huh?
Hey, Maggie.
Yep.
How come you're not still in danger? I thought the drug dealers that Farrell was working for were pretty serious.
Well, I didn't know anything about the deal. It's just Farrell, so that's why I'm saying.
What, there are 26 98 White Falcons in this area alone.
Andy Parks. We've got the Ford dealership over in St David.
So he gave a good deal on White. Check him out. Right, you know that driver, Dennis Sheehan, the one in the hospital? Well, yeah. The 3rd time he's been held up, last 2 times unsolved. $120,000 disappears in the thin air.
Either he's bent or he's incredibly unlucky.
Well, Dash thinks he's a bit sus.
When can we talk to him?
Oh, probably a couple of hours. But there's another bloke I want to talk to, a Brian Grace. Now, he was scheduled to do the run this morning, but he rang in sick last minute. You want to come for a drive?
Yeah. There's a number there. And if you survive the soaps, then there's the endless chat shows and the things that they talk about. I mean, some of the subjects that they actually cover are quite a...
We're going to interview Brian Grace? PJ?
I just want to know that everything's okay with us.
Well, I did a lot of thinking about us, and I think that there's things that we need to talk about. That we need...
Not now. I just want to sit quietly now. Just for 5 minutes. Just us. Brian Grace, Senior Detective Hashem. Exactly so.
Senior Constable Doyle.
You mind if we ask you a couple of questions, Brian?
Don't know if I'll be able to answer them. My brain's half gone.
Oh, you work for Fleet Security?
Yeah. What's all this about?
Oh, you called in sick today, apparently.
Sure did. Was up all night. Who on my guts out? Doc says I must have eaten something.
You got a doctor's certificate?
Yeah.
Mind if we have a squeeze?
Sure.
Seems genuine enough to me.
What's going on? You're an acting sergeant. What's going on?
I told the boss that I didn't want acting sergeant. I just want some time to get back into life and work, and I'd rather be out working with you than stuck in the office shuffling paper.
Senior Connie's just fine with me.
There you go.
Ah, right. Thanks. Oh, yeah. So, Brian, you've been working with Fleet long?
About 7 years. Why, what? Something happened?
The van that you were scheduled to drive this morning was held up in an armed robbery.
No one was hurt.
Well, no, but there was quite a large amount of money stolen.
Bastards.
Mount Thomas 508 receiving.
Maggie, we just had a report of a stolen vehicle, a white 1998 Falcon station wagon.
Roger that. Have you got an address?
Report came from a George Zervos. Guess where he works?
Hello. What's your name?
Rosie. There's someone here, Dad.
Rose, and this is Rose Cottage, so the house must be named after you, was it?
Servos.
Yes.
How you going? I'm Senior Detective Hasham. This is Senior Constable Doyle.
You're home from school today, are you?
Yeah, she wasn't feeling too well. Were you, Princess?
So you reported your car stolen?
Not mine, actually. It belongs to a mate.
Does he know that it's missing?
No, he's overseas.
All right, we'll need a contact number. When did you first notice that it was missing?
Well, I think someone took it last night.
Why did it take you so long to report it?
Well, I've been flat out looking after her. I haven't had a chance to.
Right. Well, you see, it's a possibility the vehicle's involved in an armed holdup.
Really?
Just come down the station, help us with inquiries.
Sure, okay.
So you got a duck with chicken pox, have you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I heard that you weren't feeling well. What is it? You got an upset tummy?
I had a temperature.
Oh, that's no good. Yeah, you're still a bit warm.
It's almost gone. Rest makes it better.
You sound like an old hand.
I'm always getting sick. I get used to it. It's better now I'm old enough to look after myself. Dad only gets 10 sickies a year. He doesn't get paid after that.
You know what I think? I think you've got an unhealthy obsession with illness. So it's just you and your dad, is it? Right.
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, Eric Sinius, Department of Human Services.
Where's Tim Ryan?
Oh, he's on study leave. I'm filling in.
Ah, good. Well, Ben?
Yeah.
Eric?
Eric. G'day, mate. Ben Stewart. How you doing? That's her, Rosie Zervos. Now, her father's with our CI. We just want to see if she corroborates his statement.
So how long have you been working in the supermarket?
Oh, long time, I don't know, 14, 15 years.
14, 15. But what do you do there, George?
I'm storeman. Supplies, bit of everything, really.
Do you ever go to the manager's office at all?
Oh, yeah, sure, a lot of us do.
Oh. Can you tell us where you were this morning?
Well, I was at home. It was my roster day off. I was going to do some stuff, but I ended up looking after Rosie. She'll tell you.
Yeah, Senior Constable Doyle is talking to Rosie right now.
This hold-up thing, everyone okay then?
As far as we can tell.
So, Rosie, can you tell me where you were this morning, after breakfast and before lunchtime?
I was home. Dad was with me.
How come you didn't go to school?
I was sick. Daddy was looking after me.
Does he always stay home with you when you're sick?
It's okay. You can tell him.
Mostly.
Right. And today was one of the days when he stayed with you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did Dad go out anywhere during the day? Like maybe he went round the shops to buy you something?
No.
Rosie, remember this morning when the other policeman and I came to see you and we asked your dad about the car? Mm-hmm. When was the last time you saw it? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Excuse me?
Yep, I'll be right with you. I'm just going to see how long your dad will be okay. You take a seat?
You said I could have a Coke.
Ah, that's right, we did. I'll get that for you.
Yep, thanks, Maggie.
Excuse me?
Yep, I'll just be 2 secs, okay?
So, what have they got you in for, love? Grand larceny, breaking
Okay,
into?
Rosie. He's on his way. He won't be long, okay?
And if he's not, you give him hell, okay, love?
Now, can I help you with something?
Quite probably. I'm after my husband, George Zervis. Neighbour said you brought him here. So, is he here or not?
Sorry, but is this your daughter, madam?
What are you doing here? Come on, Rosie. Ready to go, huh?
Yeah, sorry it took so long.
My mum's dead.
That's right, sweetie.
Do you mind telling me what was going on out there?
Carol walked out on us. Rosie wasn't even one. She just went off with some trucky guy she knew. She's not outside now, is she?
No, she's gone. Acting Sergeant Stewart's looking after Rosie.
Yeah, well, I don't want to near Rosie. I don't want Rosie knowing.
George, take a seat. Rosie's fine, okay? Now, I just want to ask you a couple of questions about the car. You said that you left it outside the house.
Yeah, that's right. I left it at the front, like I said.
And then you noticed it was missing, you called us.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what I'm going to tell Tony. It's brand new.
Well, we're still trying to contact Mr. Michaels to verify that he actually loaned you the car.
Oh, he did. He'll tell you.
How long have you had it for?
About 6 weeks.
Do you know if it's insured?
Yeah, it is.
Who was that lady before?
I don't know, Rosie. I think you better ask your dad about that.
Because my mother died when I was just a baby. I was really tiny. I don't remember her.
Hey, what happened to your arm? Did you cut yourself?
Blood test. I have them every week. Do you have a queen?
Yes, I do. There you go.
Thank you. Dad says she was very beautiful.
So you just told her that Carol was dead?
Sometimes it's better to lie.
Why did she come back then?
God knows, ask Carol.
I'm asking you, George.
I don't know. But she's not getting Rosie.
Maggie, can I have a word, please?
Sure. Excuse me?
I don't see how it's relevant to our investigation.
Well, there has to be some reason why the mother's appeared all of a sudden.
Unless she was driving that white station wagon, it's none of our business.
Well, that's a $64 question. Now, what about Rosie? Do you think she was lying?
Oh, she does seem a little worried about something. But if you were George, why would you use a car that people know you've been driving to hold at the place that you work at? And people would recognise it, wouldn't they?
Don't overestimate the criminal mind.
Sorry to interrupt. Just spoke to the supermarket manager. George has worked there for 15 years. He's a fantastic worker and he's trust him with his life.
Oh, it's nice to hear people still say things like that.
Well, we haven't got enough to charge him.
And that Joe Cameron guy, he's on holiday in Tassie.
Right, we got on to Brian Grace's doctor yet?
Yeah, we did.
Check out whether his certificate is kosher.
It is.
Rosie. Come on, sweetie. Time to go.
Who was that lady before?
There's no one, baby. Come on.
She said she was your wife.
Well, it was a long time ago before I met your mum.
But Tony Michaels confirms that he loaned the car to Mr. Zervos. Right, so you're free to go, George.
Okay.
How are we going to get to the hospital without the car, Dad?
When are you going, George? I might be able to take you.
Tomorrow morning. I get the bus only. She says she's got to be there by 8, which means I'd have to get her up at 6.
I can give you a lift. I'll be happy to.
Okay.
Yeah?
Thanks.
Well,
I'll see you for a sec.
Yeah.
Bye, Rosie.
See ya.
Bye.
What's up?
Nothing. Just want to get you in here.
That's cute. Someone's going to come in. The boss will come in.
The boss knows.
The boss had.
Hey, how are you?
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, you're right.
You know little Rosie Zervos? I think there's something wrong with her. It was just something she said. I think she's got some serious problems.
What sort of problems?
Well, health. Why would a kid her age have to have weekly blood tests?
Well, the kid's sick, so what?
That's a bit brutal, isn't it?
No, don't get me wrong. I mean, we're investigating an armed hold-up. I mean, what's the kid? Yep.
Ben, that fleet security driver didn't have anything else to add.
Okay, fair. Where are you going?
Trouble at the pub.
Right. I'm just a bit worried.
No, good point. Thanks.
Who knows?
She's in here. I caught her trying to sneak off without paying.
I wasn't sneaking off.
Yeah, you think I don't know a midnight flip when I see one?
I was putting the suitcase in the car and going to the ATM to get some money
through
for
the
you. I was going to come back.
Let's not
Look,
have an
she
argument.
said she doesn't have any cash, she doesn't have a credit card, and under the circumstances, I wasn't going to take a check.
Look, I want my keys back. You had no right to... Look, that car's all I've got.
Okay, well, where are the keys, Chris?
They're in the cash register. It's the only way I could think of storing.
I think you better come down to the station with us and we'll sort this out there.
You can leave your suitcase here if you like.
Oh, Dash, where are the report sheets? They're not where they're usually kept.
Yeah, we moved them weeks ago. They're just over here.
Oh, right. We haven't moved house or redecorated or sold my bed or anything while I've been away, have you?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, good.
Trouble settling back in,
Yeah,
eh?
you could say that. What's she doing back here?
Oh, she tried to duck out of a bill at the Imperial.
Sorry, no smoking.
Where is she? I just want to see her, okay?
Look, she's just over here. We'll be with you in a sec. Just...
Problem, Mr. Zervos.
How much does she owe?
Not quite with you.
$75.
Right.
hey,
sir, you can't pay us here. You're going to have to see Chris Riley down at the Imperial about this. Now, what are you doing here?
Look, she's still Rosie's mother, isn't she?
All fixed up then? It doesn't quite work like that, Miss Wickham.
But he's going to pay the money.
But it doesn't change anything. You still try to skip out on Chris without paying.
Well, do something, George.
This is not his problem. This is a police matter. It's your problem. You understand that?
Yes.
Oh, good. We'll let you off with a warning this time, then.
Could you sign here, please?
A thank you would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Have a nice day. I'm glad I didn't marry you.
So, who's off to the pub? What's happening? I missed something.
Yeah, we'll tell you about it at the pub. And it's Maggie's shout.
Yes, first day back, you're paying. It's tradition.
Since when?
Since now. Tradition's got to start somewhere. Come on.
You think I could get changed first?
Yeah, of course you can.
Thank you.
Come on, Jack.
Yep.
Mate.
Well, here we go. Here's to the prodigal.
Ah, prodigal.
Cheers.
I thought you'd be a bit browner.
Browner.
Yeah, you know, Queensland.
Yeah.
Well, it was a block out. I just slapped that on.
Yeah, I don't tan very well.
Sorry, Maggie, I've got a pike. I've got to do some study.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I've got two assignments. We've got to see Falcon Price tomorrow.
Well, you're
I'll see you
still
then.
staying, aren't you? Because I booked a table at that new place in St David's.
You mean the Thai joint?
Oh, boss would be right. Doesn't have to be spicy.
Yeah.
Oh, Maggie, go on. Tell him he's gutless.
You go on, have a go. Have a go.
There's a gunman in a car with a hostage, and he's already bashed her, and he's driving like a maniac, and he hits a kid. Kid's down, and you don't know if he's dead or alive. What do? Do you stop to see if the kid's okay, or do you keep following the gunman?
What's this for?
Ethics. I've got a thing due on Monday.
Look, there's no right or wrong answer to that question, or 100 others, Lawson. I mean, it depends on the circumstances. Now, personally, I'd stop. That's me, and I'm sure that's not the answer they'd want anyway. Listen, any word on Dennis Sheehan yet?
Well, he's still out for the count. Now, get this. They're talking about psych evaluation.
I thought he was in shock.
Well, more like major avoidance. Anyway, I'm going to get on a mate of mine and check out these previous hold-ups.
I'll ask Dr. Farrer about him while I'm down there.
Good on you.
You going to the hospital?
Yeah, taking the Zervos kid.
Ben, we're not an ambulance service.
I know, but her father's still only possible on the Falcon. I thought I might learn something.
I'd love to know what's going on between George and his ex-wife.
I've got to go.
He said he hates her, but he's rushing into pay full of debts. What's wrong?
What do you think's wrong with bloody Thai food?
I wasn't hungry.
You didn't eat anything last night either, did you?
You could eat your taco. What happened to your hand? Knuckles.
Oh, I was chopping some wood and must have knocked him.
You all right? Yep. So what exactly is the problem?
Kidney. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So tell me about Dennis Sheehan.
Oh, you can see him this afternoon.
No, that's not what I meant.
I know what you meant, and I remind you that he is a patient.
Okay. Well, let's just say, hypothetically, how easy would it be to fake shock? Or, I don't know what you call it, trauma?
I think he's putting one on.
I don't know.
Well, it's possible, I guess. I'll ring you when he's back from psych.
Good, thanks. Carol Wickham walked out on Rosie when she was a baby. She doesn't love that kid. She could not give a stuff.
That's not like you, Bet.
Dash, you know me. I see the good side in everyone. I know it's a bit much at times, but I can't see it in her.
No, me neither.
Mate, I spoke to Dr. Farrer about Dennis Sheehan.
Yeah, what does she reckon?
She played it pretty close to her chest, but she wouldn't discount it. He could have been having us on.
That was Chris. George Service has just gone Burko down the pub.
Dash, let's go.
Stop it, George! Stop it!
Boys were a good string of Carol. It's not going to work this time either.
You bastard! It's all I've got!
Stuff you, Carol. Stuff you and your selfishness.
Hey, can't stop me from
George!
doing stuff!
Don't touch me!
Calm down,
Don't
George.
touch me, okay?
Calm down, okay? All
She's
right.
not leaving. Tell her she's not
All
leaving.
right, mate, just take it easy. Put down the spanner, will you? Put it down.
Just don't let her leave here, please.
Okay, now what's all this about?
You murderer.
Look, I just want to see Rosie, please. I'll come back, I promise.
George, criminal damage is a serious offence.
Look, I left her at the hospital. I told her that I would be back to take her home.
I know, but maybe you should have thought of that earlier.
Constable McKinley's rang the hospital. Rose is fine.
Look, she's not fine. How can she be fine?
George, what's wrong with her?
Kidney failure. She needs a transplant. Carol said that she could have one of hers. I mean, we had a bloody deal, and now she says she can't. Rosie is dying.
Listen, I'm the victim here. I'm the one whose car got wrecked. Bloody George is guilty, not me.
We understand that, Miss Wickham.
That car's everything I own.
You've got a daughter.
I can't even afford to get it fixed up.
Look, how about we talk to George and then the two of you can come to some sort of arrangement. He pays for the damages to the car. You drop the charges.
Look, some mug's gonna die in a car accident, all right? Kid's on a waiting list. She'll get a kidney.
But not from her mother.
Why should I give her one of mine for a daughter I never wanted?
Your daughter's critically ill.
She's not my daughter. Not really. Look, I haven't had anything to do with her since she was born.
Didn't know it worked like that.
Maybe I'd have felt differently if I'd stayed. But I didn't.
So why did you come all this way to have these tests?
I like travelling.
So knowing the seriousness of her condition, you go to the hospital to meet with George to tell him that you're not going to have the test and you're not going to donate the kidney.
Yeah. And what business is that of yours?
Well, I'll talk to George and see if we can come to some sort of arrangement.
I wouldn't bother if it were up to me. A wrecked car is what she deserves.
Yeah, well, it's not up to you. He's going to have to go before a magistrate.
But if you seem to be doing the right thing, like paying for any damages or putting money towards restitution...
So what do we know about this woman? Well, she's broke, for one thing.
Should we check her bank account so get a 465 warrant?
Yeah, all right. What about his little girl? Who's looking after her?
Well, she's still at the hospital.
When's my dad gonna be here?
In a while. So tell me, what is it that's wrong with you?
My kidneys don't work very well. I need a transplant. Why is he at the police station? I don't understand.
Well, your dad had a bit of an argument with someone.
Who with? Was it that lady?
What lady's this, Rosie?
She said that she was my dad's wife.
Did you ask him about her?
Mum's dead. He told me she was.
You believe him?
Dad hates people lying. He says it's bad to lie.
Sounds like good advice to me.
Rosie, did you lie yesterday?
He said I should cross my fingers. So I sat on my hands.
Right. So your dad, he wasn't at home all the time yesterday, was he? In the morning? Hmm? It's okay. It's all right.
Thought you'd want to know that we spoke to the bank. Carol Wickham is in hock up to her eyeballs. She has got summonses for unpaid bills coming out of the woodwork.
Oh, PJ, hospital's on the phone. Dennis Sheehan just got back.
All right, thanks, Dad.
But she did tell the bank that she was going to deposit $15,000 against her overdraft by tomorrow at the latest.
What? 15 grand?
She was adamant about it, apparently. And half of $30,000 is...
Right, and Zervos would have had to know that the regular cash delivery was $30,000.
That's too much of a coincidence.
So we're saying she's our second offender?
No, boss. She came looking for it, remember?
Yeah, because she wanted money.
Well, they had a deal. Now, she was going to donate a kidney. All of a sudden, she reneged.
But where's the money? If George pulled the armed rob, he would have given it to her.
Which means somebody else is pulling the strings.
You go to security work, figure the odds. Maybe once in your career you're going to get held up.
But not 3 times, huh?
I can't hack this anymore. I got to get out.
And it's the first 2 hold-ups, neither of them are solved, right? The money's still out there?
You think I did it?
No, I'm not saying that, but it could look like an inside job, that's all.
Look, I kept saying I didn't do it. I kept telling them. They wouldn't believe me either. Kept on at me for months. Then just when I thought it was over, they're back again out of the blue, going through my bank account, going through my mail.
It must have been a nightmare having it happen all over again.
As soon as I saw the gun, I just packed it in.
Okay, fair enough. Now the other driver, Dennis, that was William Blackett. You ever driven with him before?
No, it's usually me and Brian.
That'd be Brian Grace, would it?
Yeah.
Right.
Brian's a bloke I work with. He's a mate.
I'm not asking you to accuse him. I'm just asking you if you think it's possible, that's all.
He's always interested in the hold-up. I don't like talking about it, but he did keep on about it a bit.
I didn't want to hear his old war stories. He just never shut up about them. It was all he ever talked about. How easy it was, no one ever caught them, blah, blah, blah.
So you reckon Dennis had something to do with the hold-up?
I'm just saying he's got a few screws loose, that's all.
Well, it's funny, because he actually called you a mate. So you reckon that Dennis would know the schedule, hmm?
Yeah, it would have been listed the night before.
Which means you would have seen it as well.
I told you I was sick. I had food poisoning.
You had a doctor's appointment at 9 a.m. Now, the hold-up was at 10.
I was at home. I was sick in bed.
OK, did anyone see you?
No.
Did you make any phone calls? Anyone verify your whereabouts?
Where'd you get the black eye, Mr. Grace?
Oh, bloody stupid. I dropped a plastic jar while I was washing up, bent down to pick it up. Whack. Right into the open cupboard door. It's nothing.
Do you know George Servos?
Oh, we bump into each other at the footy club. Sometimes we have a drink. That's all.
All right, so there's plenty of time between the doctor's appointment and the hold-up.
So he could have done it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's definitely been in a fight with someone.
Who has?
Brian Grace has got a beautiful shiner.
Listen, how's Rosie? Is she still at Human Services?
No, her dad got a cab and took her home.
How'd the debrief go?
Oh, it was good, wasn't it, Jack?
Yeah, it was all right. Heavy, but no formal reprimand.
Listen, mate, I thought you should know. Rosie blew George's alibi. He did go out yesterday morning.
Really?
Yeah, there's black eye. How fresh was it?
No.
Pretty fresh.
Because when I went to pick George up, his knuckles were bruised, and it was before the barney with the car.
Rosie Zervos just collapsed. George took her to the hospital and then he disappeared.
You, think that he might have another shot at getting her to change her mind? Well, after all, she needs the money and she's just as desperate as he is.
Getaway car. Got no plates?
Man Thomas 508 on pursuit.
Go ahead, Man Thomas 508. Current location.
We're heading north towards Railway Crescent. We're in Railway Crescent. It's a dead end. Might be armed. Police! Keep your hands up against them! Get out of the car! Keep your hands so we can see them.
Show us!
Keep them up. PJ, you did it again.
What?
You were protecting me and you got in his line of fire. Now, I was safe. I was behind the car door. You were the one who would have been shot. Nothing's changed. You've got to stop protecting me on the job. I need you to be there for me, but when I go home at night, not at work.
I love
I
you.
know you do. But you want to smother me, and that's not going to work. Loving each other's it's the easiest thing in the world. But a relationship long term, that needs a lot of work.
It's a replica. Now, we could have killed you. You could have been shot.
No, please. I won't hurt anyone. I never meant to hurt anyone.
Yesterday,
Please.
sir, did you hold up the Fleet security van?
Well, I needed the money. Carol said that she would only do it for the money.
Yes or no?
Well, yes, she's my only child.
You still need the money. What happened to the
Look,
30,000,
you're not listening to me.
George?
My baby is dying.
You're not doing her any good like this. Now, if you just think about it for a minute, you tell us where the money is, and maybe things will get a little easier for
Now,
you.
we know that there was two of you. Now, what happened to the money? Your partner take it?
Yeah, some partner he turned out
George,
to
it's
be.
not worth sticking up for.
Look, it was my fault. I made him do it. I don't want to get anyone else into trouble.
Hey, you are not listening to
Look,
us,
I want
George.
to see Rosie.
Now, do you want to help us or not? Now, what about this gun? Where'd you get the gun from?
I don't know. I bought it.
Okay, where from?
I don't know. I can't remember.
You can't remember?
No.
Well, what sort of gun is it? What is it, a Smith & Wesson? A Colt? A Glock?
It's a Glock.
George, it's a Colt 45, mate. You didn't buy it, did you? Your partner bought it. George Servos, going to be charged with armed robbery.
Rosie's stabilised. They've got her on dialysis.
Great news, great news. Better go and tell George, eh?
Yeah, well, George has made such a mess of things, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, he knew what he was doing.
Oh, come on, PJ. You haven't got kids. I'm not condoning what he did, but you've got no idea what it's like to love someone that
So
much.
what? Now, all of a sudden, you get a Father of the Year award for pulling a stick up, do you?
I'll go tell George.
Yeah. Well, he can see Rosie, but it's got to be under strict supervision.
Sure.
I'm going to call Carol Wickham. Maybe I can get her to see Rosie.
I think you're wasting your time. I don't think she cares about the kid.
Oh, I think she cares more for that little girl than she's willing to admit.
Colt replicas. RJ Toole and Dyer. Do you reckon they're the ones that made George's little toy?
Yeah, hi, Carol Wickham, please.
Possibility. What has it got?
She's
3-digit
not.
serial number.
Yeah. What, so they couldn't have made too many of them?
Is she coming back at all?
Yeah. Good work.
Okay.
Give him a call.
Oh, I'll check it out.
Find our second gunman.
Bye-bye. She signed out an hour ago. Don't say it.
She hasn't got a car, so she couldn't be far.
She's okay. She's on the dialysis machine right now, so...
Okay, you ready? You wait here.
Are you in trouble, Daddy?
Yes, I'm in trouble, sweetie.
That lady, she's my mother, isn't she?
Yes, baby.
Why did you lie to me?
I just wanted to protect you. Didn't want you to feel like you weren't wanted. You know that I love you. Hmm?
Facts. RJ Toole and Dyer.
Ah. A replica gun sellers. Well. Who do we have here?
Did George say I gave it to him? No, I didn't think so. All right, so I bought it. Big deal. I don't know where I put it. Haven't seen it for months.
5-year-old child could come up with a better story than that.
We had a Wild West night at the footy club. Maybe George took it
You're
off me
wasting our time, Brian. Now, we know you did it. You are gone.
You know we're going to find your print all over that car.
It was his idea, all right? He must have heard me. I might have mentioned how easy it'd be to break into one of the vans. Anyway, about 3 weeks ago, he comes to me. I thought he was cracked. I thought he was nuts. Then he said why he wanted the money.
So, out of sheer kindness, you decided to help him, did you?
Just meant I knew he was serious. Bloody fool goes and uses a car he's been driving around for weeks. How stupid can you be?
Also, then you decide to bail with the money.
It's too risky. It's 30 grand in my hand.
And a little girl in hospital.
You're going to leave it just like that, are you?
I'm going to miss my bus.
You don't mind waiting a few minutes, do you?
No worries.
Thanks.
I don't need this. I've got enough troubles of my own.
Rosie's gone into renal failure. She's at the hospital.
Then she's in good hands.
She's your daughter.
Look, you tell George I kept my end of the bargain. I would have done it.
If he'd paid you. You know what that poor bloke did? He held up a security van and now he's going to jail because he was so desperate to pay you. That's how much he loves that little girl.
He never was the smartest bloke.
I think deep down you love her just as much. I just hope you hurry up and realise it, because if you keep denying it, she's going to die.
We both knew it had happened sometime. I just hoped it'd take a bit longer. Maybe we would have found a kidney by now.
What? Who's going to look after her? Well, George, isn't there someone in the family? There must be someone who'd be willing to donate. You obviously can't. I mean, I don't mean to pry, but I just assume that there's something wrong.
Look, I'm not compatible. I'm the wrong blood group.
What about your family?
Look, none of us are compatible. Don't you understand? She's not my daughter.
Whatever you need, I'll do it.
It's so sad. I understand why he did it. Put everything on the line for his daughter. Because of that, he lost everything. For all of them.
Two of a kind, you know that?
What do you mean?
I mean, he gave his love for Rosie unconditionally, but he gave it blindly. Like you for your dad. Look, Mags, you say that there's a barrier between us. Well, maybe there is. But it's not just me. You're just as bloody stubborn. Now, you could have got killed trying to protect your father. Hey, what was the result, huh? 6 weeks locked away in protective custody? Away from me? Me? All right, I might have a couple of problems. And I work at them. As long as you're prepared to work at yours.
Hey, what's going to happen to George's service?
Oh, it's up to the courts. We're going to put in a good word for him.
Yeah, fingers crossed, eh? Listen, what time do you and Dash want us over?
Oh, yeah, about 8. Maggie, Ben and Jackie coming over.
So I gathered that.
Yeah, Mum gave me a whole heap of sausages, so I thought I'd do a barmy.
Yeah. Dash, could we make it another night? Would you mind? I'm tired.
No, yeah, sure.
You sure, you sure?
I know what I've got. Come with me.
Some guy gave me 2 freebies to a concert in St David's. There's 2 of them there. Take a friend. Oh, what about the guy from Human Services? He's cute. And Ben said that he's just your type. Give him a call. Call.
So, what do you want to do?
Let's just sit here quietly for 5 minutes. Just us.
What is that, VKC? Yeah, turning right into Nicholas Street.
Keep up the sit reps. Mount Thomas 208, traffic conditions.
Yeah, traffic conditions are light. Oh, keep it steady, Jack. Heading north in Talbot Avenue. We just passed one way.
What's your current speed, 208?
Around about 80 k's.
Receive that, 208.
Jeez, he's really gunning it. All right, Jack, just breathe easy. You're doing good, mate. Just stick with him.
Ladies, if you could just stand back, please. Just move back.
One of the offenders is armed, has a pistol.
I think it was a Colt, a 45. Dennis might know.
Suspect's increasing speed. His driving is becoming dangerous.
Mount Thomas
Jack, don't take any risks, mate.
terminate the
Don't
pursuit.
take any risks.
tell me.
Terminate the pursuit.
We can
Hi.
talk about that later,
Hi.
okay? Just calm down for the moment.
It's all right.
Just,
I just sounded a bit older.
you can just breathe into this for us. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and slow.
Mount Thomas 208 to VKC. No, there's nothing here. It looks like we've lost them.
Got it.
Jack, wait. Mount Thomas 208 to VKC. We've spotted the suspect vehicle again. We're currently in Sarsfield Road heading west. Request permission to resume pursuit. Jack, we don't have permission. Stop. It's a stop sign, mate. Wait. There they go.
VKC to Mount Thomas 208.
Mount Thomas 208 to VKC. The suspects are pulling over. They're splitting up. One of them's in the Ford, the other one's on foot, requesting permission to resume the pursuit.
I'll take the
VKC
Falcon,
to
you go on
Mount
foot, you
Thomas
chase
No,
the
mate,
state.
we're going to have to stick together. We don't know which one of them's armed.
Search for the suspect that is decamped on foot.
Oh, toss if who drives back.
$30,000 exactly, delivered every Monday, eh?
Oh, nice little earner.
Yeah.
What inside job you reckon?
Has to be.
Yeah.
Always Mondays, but they change the schedule every week, different route, different times, but the offenders knew exactly when the van was going to be here.
Now, did the manager say who knows the schedule?
Well, he says only him. He says he keeps it in a filing cabinet in his office. But, you know, the staff walk in whenever they want.
And they're all his mates and he trusts them with his life, eh?
Exactly.
OK, we'll check him out.
Yeah.
Pretty much out for the count.
I'm keeping him in overnight. You can talk to him in the morning.
Right, well, we will need to talk to him now.
PJ. Came on a bit sudden, don't you think?
Yes, yes, I know, Mrs. Mullinger. It's always very worrying, but, well, your husband wasn't injured, was he? Well, I beg to differ. I'm sure they weren't taking any unnecessary risks. You better not have been. Yes, Mrs. Mullinger. I know. OK, thanks for the call. Bye-bye.
Was that about us, boss?
That's the second time she's called, and there've been half a dozen calls from other concerned citizens. So Jack Brabham here wasn't doing anything stupid?
No, boss, he was fine. He was good.
Yeah.
So what did you do to Mrs. Mullinger's husband?
The old bloke?
Oh, that was his fault, boss. He went straight through a giveaway sign. He's OK. He's just a bit
You're
shaky.
right. You better get your stories straight, because Falcon Price is going to put you both through the mill.
No, don't worry about it, mate. You'll be fine. You did everything by the book.